Alright Scoopers, welcome back to Sheeran Scoop. First up, if you thought Ari Aster's last films were intense, you are not ready for Eddington. This political thriller dropped in July, and it's already a massive talking point, packed with stars like Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal. We're breaking down the intense plot and its chillingly relevant themes. Next, we're heading to the heart of Hollywood, where a monumental pledge is sending shockwaves through the industry. Thousands of film workers, including A-list actors and directors, are signing on with film workers for Palestine. We'll reveal who's involved and what this means for future productions. And the ripple effect continues. We're seeing more and more major players from film and TV joining this powerful statement. We've got the latest on the extensive list of signatories, including Oscar winners and industry heavyweights, and the specific institutions they are vowing to boycott. Finally, a beloved children's content creator is making headlines for standing up for what she believes in. Ms. Rachel is facing scrutiny, but also receiving massive support for her advocacy. We've got the full story on why she's in the spotlight and what she had to say. Don't go anywhere, it's all coming up next on Sheeran Scoop. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Eddington, a political thriller that hits home. If you were captivated by Ari Aster's chilling blockbusters like Midsummer and Hereditary, prepare yourself for Eddington. His latest cinematic offering released this past July. This isn't just another film, it's a political thriller with a potent neo-Western vibe, boasting a cast that reads like a who's who of Hollywood talent, including Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Austin Butler, and Emma Stone. The movie masterfully weaves palpable tension, with dialogue so realistic it leaps off the screen, forcing viewers to confront the unforeseen consequences of every action. Set against the backdrop of summer 2020 and the nascent stages of the pandemic, Eddington plunges us into a small New Mexico town grappling with a simmering dispute between Sheriff Joe Cross and Mayor Ted Garcia. What begins as a local conflict escalates into a fierce political battle as Cross announces his candidacy for mayor, all while Black Lives Matter protests ignite the town from within. The narrative intensifies dramatically, transforming the dispute into something deeply personal and perilous. With an atmosphere thick with impending doom and a pervasive sense of sorrow, the sheriff finds himself compelled to take matters into his own hands. The film reaches a breathtaking climax with a brutal, bloody firefight that engulfs the town. Sheriff Cross, facing heavily armed extremist militants deployed by unseen forces in the dead of night, fights for survival and the protection of his community. The genius of Eddington lies in its character development. Each individual is brought to life through their distinct flaws and attitudes. Sheriff Cross, for instance, struggles with asthma, finding mask-wearing a personal challenge and feeling alienated by his own community despite his protective role. His personal interpretations of the pandemic, bordering on denial, fuel a deep-seated delusion regarding the town's leadership. Mayor Garcia, conversely, is portrayed as intensely selfish and self-serving, often lacking conviction and appearing as a mere pawn at times. The film doesn't shy away from portraying the tragic fates of Garcia and his son, making the midpoint of the movie all the more harrowing. The cinematography is nothing short of spectacular, featuring sweeping vistas of the New Mexico wilderness, juxtaposed with intimate, focused shots that delve into the emotional and psychological depths of the main characters. The chaotic energy of the climactic shootout is reminiscent of No Country for Old Men, where the threat is unseen and precise, while Cross desperately fires a machine gun in every direction, hoping to prolong his life and defend his home from utter annihilation. Eddington serves as a powerful mirror to the divisions plaguing our nation today, masterfully capturing the pervasive feelings of hopelessness, unease, and dangerous attitudes that continue to impact our collective consciousness. Audience impact. Viewers are praising the film's raw intensity and its timely social commentary, with many highlighting the performances of Phoenix and Pascal. The film's availability on YouTube, Fandango, and Apple TV has made it accessible to a wide audience eager to engage with its complex themes. But the conversation around cinema and its impact doesn't end there. Stay tuned as we uncover a massive Hollywood movement that's making serious waves. Hollywood's pledge, a stand against complicity. In a powerful and unprecedented move, over 4,000 film industry professionals, including a constellation of Hollywood stars and acclaimed filmmakers, have signed an open letter from a group calling themselves Film Workers for Palestine. This significant pledge commits signatories to refusing work with Israeli film institutions they deem implicated in genocide and apartheid against the Palestinian people. The core of the pledge, published online, emphasizes the profound power of cinema in shaping perceptions. In an era where many governments are seen as enabling conflict, these artists declare their commitment to addressing complicity in what they describe as unrelenting horror. The list of signatories reads like a who's who of award-winning talent, featuring Oscar, BAFTA, Emmy, and Palme d'Or winners. Among them are directors Jonathan Glazer, Ava DuVernay, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Asif Kapadia, alongside actors Emma Stone, Joaquin Phoenix, Rooney Mara, Nicola Coughlan, Andrew Garfield, and many more. Those who have signed the letter vow to boycott Israeli festivals, cinemas, broadcasters, and production companies that have allegedly engaged in whitewashing or justifying genocide and apartheid, and/or partnering with the government committing them. Importantly, Film Workers for Palestine clarifies on their FAQ page that the pledge targets institutional complicity, not individual identity, meaning professionals can still work with Israeli individuals. The pledge cites the International Court of Justice's January ruling on a plausible risk of genocide in Gaza, and its July ruling deeming Israel's continued presence in the occupied Palestinian territory unlawful. Israel's foreign ministry has refuted these opinions, calling them fundamentally wrong and blatantly one-sided. This collective action underscores a growing shift in public sentiment across the U.S. and Europe regarding Israel's military operations in Gaza. The pledge arrives amidst heightened global attention on the humanitarian crisis, following Hamas's Oct. 7 attack and Israel's subsequent campaign. Many who have spoken out about Palestinian human rights in Hollywood have faced accusations of antisemitism, with past incidents involving figures like Susan Sarandon and Melissa Barrera being noted. Jonathan Glazer, director of Zone of Interest, faced backlash earlier this year after his Oscars acceptance speech, where he stated, "Right now, we stand here as men who refute their Jewishness and the Holocaust being hijacked by an occupation." His comments were subsequently denounced by over 1,000 Jewish creatives. Audience impact. The pledge has ignited a firestorm of debate online, with supporters hailing it as a courageous stand for human rights and critics denouncing it as divisive and potentially anti-Semitic. The sheer number of high-profile signatories has amplified the discussion, bringing significant attention to the ongoing conflict and the role of the entertainment industry. This bold statement from Hollywood is just the beginning of our deep dive into industry responses. Next, we're looking at even more prominent figures joining this critical movement. Extended Hollywood boycott, more stars join the pledge. The significant movement within Hollywood to boycott Israeli film institutions has gained substantial momentum, with an ever-growing list of acclaimed figures pledging their solidarity. Originally announced by Film Workers for Palestine, the pledge now boasts over 4,000 signatories, including a staggering number of Oscar, BAFTA, Emmy, and Palme d'Or winners, who are vowing not to work with Israeli entities implicated in what they term genocide and apartheid against the Palestinian people. The list of prominent individuals refusing institutional collaboration has expanded significantly since its initial announcement. Early signatories included filmmakers like Yorgos Lanthimos and Ava DuVernay, and actors such as Mark Ruffalo and Olivia Colman. By Thursday, the pledge had seen massive additions, with stars like Joaquin Phoenix, Nicola Coughlan, Andrew Garfield, and Rooney Mara joining the ranks. Notably, Phoenix and Mara recently took their support a step further by becoming executive producers of The Voice of Hind Rajab, a Venice Film Festival award-winning film about a young girl killed in Gaza, even wearing badges in solidarity at its premiere. The pledge statement clearly defines complicity as whitewashing or justifying genocide and apartheid, and/or partnering with the government committing them. Organizers drew inspiration from the 1987 Filmmakers United Against Apartheid, which saw figures like Martin Scorsese and Jonathan Demme refused to distribute films in apartheid South Africa. Film Workers for Palestine asserts that the vast majority of Israeli film production and distribution companies have never endorsed the full, internationally recognized rights of the Palestinian people. This collective action is framed as a moral imperative. Hannah Einbinder, a signatory, stated, "As a Jewish American citizen whose tax dollars directly fund Israel's assault on Gaza, I feel we must do everything in our power to end the genocide." The group highlights the International Court of Justice's findings of a plausible risk of genocide in Gaza, and its ruling that Israel's occupation and apartheid are unlawful. It's crucial to note that the pledge specifically targets institutional complicity, not individual Israelis. The statement emphasizes that this refusal takes aim at institutional complicity, not identity. This distinction is important, especially given the complexities of the region and the presence of Palestinian citizens of Israel. Audience impact. The expanding list of signatories continues to fuel intense discussions worldwide, with many applauding the artists for using their platforms to address human rights concerns. The pledge's detailed reasoning and historical parallels are being widely shared and analyzed across social media and news platforms. From industry-wide boycotts to individual advocacy, the world of entertainment is buzzing. But our next story focuses on a beloved creator facing her own unique set of challenges. Ms. Rachel's stand, advocacy amidst controversy. Ms. Rachel, the beloved children's content creator, known for her engaging educational videos, is currently at the center of a significant public discussion following her vocal advocacy for Palestinian children's rights. The popular personality, whose real name is Rachel Griffin Accurso, has garnered widespread support online even as she faces backlash and scrutiny for her stance. Accurso, who commands a massive following of millions of young viewers and their parents, has been advocating for the rights of children in Gaza. This advocacy has drawn the attention of pro-Israel groups, with the organization Stop Antisemitism calling on Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate whether Accurso is being funded by a foreign party to push anti-Israel propaganda. This scrutiny highlights the sensitive and often contentious nature of discussions surrounding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, particularly when public figures engage with the issue. In a recent interview with journalist Mehdi Hassan, founder of the independent publication Zetio, Accurso defended her position, stating, "It should be controversial to not say anything." While she has not directly addressed the investigation request, she has firmly rejected claims of antisemitism, emphasizing that her empathy extends to all children globally. As an educator, she articulated that her core mission is to foster understanding and compassion, and that includes speaking out for the well-being of children affected by conflict. The situation surrounding Ms. Rachel is emblematic of a broader trend where public figures, especially those with large platforms, are increasingly finding themselves navigating complex geopolitical issues. Her situation also underscores the challenges faced by those who speak out about human rights concerns, often encountering strong opposition and accusations. Audience impact. Ms. Rachel's supporters have rallied fiercely behind her, flooding social media with messages of solidarity and praise for her courage. Many parents and educators see her advocacy as a vital example of using influence for good, while critics continue to question her motives and the platform she uses. The conversation highlights the deep divisions and passionate engagement surrounding the conflict. And that's a wrap on our top stories today. But before you go, we've got a lightning-fast recap of everything you need to know. What a packed show, Scoopers! We dove into Ari Aster's intense new film Eddington, explored the massive Hollywood pledge from film workers for Palestine, saw even more stars join that impactful boycott, and stood with Ms. Rachel amid her advocacy. Don't miss out on any of these major stories. Hit that like button if you found this update valuable, smash that subscribe button to join the Sheeran Scoop family, and ring the notification bell so you're always the first to know. Plus, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content.